Alright guys, for this video we're going to take a look at example number 3, which is under exponential decay. First thing you can take down is that these graphs, like number 3 and number 4, they're going to be the opposite of 1 and 2. The graphs are going to go down left to right. So we'll say they decrease exponentially. And what kind of gives it away, we'll go over this again in class, this base, which in this case is 1/3. For number 4 it's what, 1/2 right there. If you have a fraction that's less than 1 for the base, your graph is going to go down. And if you don't remember, again, you can just pick points, plug them into an XY chart, and see what you get for your Y values, and then plot it and see how it looks. Alright, I'm just going to do this XY chart for number 3 and then figure out what the Y-intercept is, the domain, and the range. Alright, so let's move this over. Okay, there's my XY chart. And I always plug in a couple negatives, a couple positives, and 0. Let's start with 0 again. I always like starting with this. So if I plug in 0, I have 1/3 to the 0. Remember, anything raised to the 0 is 1. So this Y value is 0, 1. Okay, I'm going to put in this x equals 1 next. So let's erase this. Okay, when I put in 1, 1/3 to the 1 is just 1/3. So it's 1/3. Okay, if I put in 2 for x, I'm going to put 2 right in here for x, right? So it's 1/3 quantity squared. So I'm just going to get rid of this. I forgot to put parentheses. Let's put parentheses here. Okay, so if I have 1/3 quantity squared, well, 1 squared is still 1, but what changes is this 3. This 3 squared, well, let's put 3 squared, that's 9, or 1/9. So that's 1/9. So you can kind of see the Y values start getting smaller and smaller, right? It decreases. You're going from 1 to 1/3 to 1/9. Now when I put the negatives in, the opposite's going to happen. They're going to get bigger. So let's put in -1. Okay, I'm going to put -1 in for x. So let's erase everything that I have. Okay, I'm going to change that exponent to -1. Now if I have 1/3 raised to the -1, I flip it, and that's like saying what, 1 to the -1 over 3 to the -1. If I flip those, it's like saying 3 to the first over 1 to the first, which is just 3. Okay, and then I'm going to put in this -2, and again, you could even take this, put it on your calculator, and it gives you the answer, the Y value right away. Okay, I'm going to put in this -2 for x. So let's erase what I have here. Okay, I'm going to change that to -2. So I'll put -2 in. So then I'm going to have what, 1 to the -2, 3 to the -2. If you, whoops, 3 to the -2. If you flip it, you have 3 squared over 1 squared. Well, 1 squared is just 1. 3 squared is 9. So you get 9. So you can see as you go to the left, it gets bigger. So let's see, if I graph this, -2, 9, it's going to be off the chart a little bit. So I go to the left 2, it's going to be like right up here. Right, it's off the chart. That's -2, 9. -1, 3. From the origin, I go to the left 1 and then up 3, which is right here. Okay, then 0, 1. Well, that's just the Y-intercept. That's right there. And then 1, 1/3. This is where it levels off. 1, 1/3 is right about here. And then it gets lower and lower. 2, 1/9. Well, it gets lower there. Whoops, it's like right about here. So this graph, I connected, this is my smooth curve right here. You can see, let's use my arrow here, or my laser. You can see this. As you go to the left, it increases exponentially as you go to the left, but to the right, this is where it levels off right there. What kind of gives it away in the equation is this 1/3. If that's a fraction less than 1, your graph's going to go down left to right. Now to finish this off, let's just put domain, range, and intercept. Okay, Y-intercept, this actually is the Y-intercept, right? It hits the Y-axis right there. That's 0, 1. Now the domain, this goes forever to the left and to the right. The domain is going to be -infinity to infinity. Now the range, let's look at the range. You're dealing with the Y values. If you look, the Y values here are all positive. I don't have anything down here. This is where the Y values are negative. So we're going to say the range, you're going from 0 to infinity. And it never hits 0, so that's why I have parentheses. All right, so that's the graph of an exponential decay one. That's where the graph goes down left to right.